This is where I don't know if I'm live yet. Hello, welcome to the stream. If you're here already, this is the bit where I don't know if, due to the lag, it is live yet. Hello, welcome to my lively pump. Blah 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 blah. I can't speak. Welcome to the monthly live pop culture chat. I am here as I am on the first Thursday of every month, and while we wait for the stream to catch up, I shall do, before we properly get started, something to kill the time, just until I make sure that people have had enough time to click and are here. So what shall I do? I could do some dad dancing. I am a dad. I could dad dance. Look, I can dad dance. Oh, wow, dad dancing while waiting for people to turn up. Let me know in the chat if you're here so I can stop dad dancing. That would be much appreciated. I should also probably just check on my phone that I am indeed live. Talking of dad dancing, my 2-year-old son does the most wonderful dad dance. He kind of holds his hands like this. Hang on, my microphone's in the way. Let me move this. You might be able to hear me a little less, but holds his hands like this. And then almost like he's holding some imaginary braces. And then he kind of just does this with his arms a bit. And it kind of looks a bit like he's doing some kind of Cockney jig. Like, I can imagine, whatever the song is, I just imagine him singing Knees Up Mother Brown. Knees Up Mother Brown, like that. Whatever the song is, he could be dancing to something from, like, Disney. And because he's doing that move, that is what is in my head. Let me just check that I have publicized this on Twitter. I believe I have. Yeah, there we go. So let me know in the chat if you're here for the stream. And what we're going to talk about today is the basic. It's going to be a pretty chilled one because I'm kind of living between two houses at the moment. I'm coming back to my own house here during the day to work from home while building work happens in my bathroom because we're having our bathroom renovated. And then I go home. I go in the evening to my in-laws to sleep and then shower the next morning. So I'm kind of in between two places, and consequently, I haven't done much planning for this. I've just kind of thought a few things that we could maybe talk about in the stream. Doctor Who, of course, being one of them. Hi, Missy12. Glad to see you here. Welcome. We'll talk about Doctor Who. We can talk about the upcoming special. I mean, we talked about it a little bit on the last stream, so I don't know what. There's not really any new information, but we can talk about those David Tennant rumours as well. We can also talk about David Tennant in the scope of Round the World in 80 Days, which I've been watching, which I have loved. Spoilers there, but we can talk a bit about that. We can talk about the book of Boba-Fett, which I've just watched the latest episode of today. And oh yeah, back to the what did I do with my thing? I had a thing. I had my program. I put it down in another room. Back to the Future the musical. I went last Saturday and it was really good. I would recommend it to any Back to the Future fans or musical fans. It was very good. So we'll talk about that as well. And then if we still got any time left, I've got this fun website that I like to do occasionally called List Challenges, which are kind of pop culture lists, the travel lists, but also pop culture lists. You can just go through and go, wow, how many of these things, like the top 50 things of a certain category that that we can look at and see what we've done. Let me know in the chat as well. Missy12 says, I'd love to see David Tennant again. But here's the question. Do you want to see him again as the 10th Doctor? Or there was these rumours about him being the 14th Doctor. Would you want to see that? I don't think I would. I don't mind him reappearing in a special, multi-Doctor story maybe, or some kind of special appearance as the 10th Doctor again. Not sure I'd want to see him as the 14th though, and I honestly don't think that's true. But we can get into that in a bit. Right. So let's first of all talk about the upcoming special. We've got Sea Devils. We talked a bit about this last stream with my guest Adam Martin, who we were talking mainly about the design of the Sea Devils, which I think look absolutely fantastic. And frankly was just I think they've done a really good job of capturing sort of reinterpreting them for a modern audience, but not actually changing that much. If you compare them, yeah, the detail on it is much more, what's the word? Intricate, but they are still very honorable to the classic design, which I love. Love the fact when they reinterpreted the Sontarans, they chose to do something completely different. And I don't hate the new Sontaran design, but I do wish they'd kept a lot more of the elements from that original design, or reinterpreted a lot more of the elements from that original design, rather than making them more humanoid. Here, they've kept that very alien-esque looking design, and I love it. I can't remember if I still got the picture. Let me see if I switch to my other view. I might still have the picture saved somewhere. Let's have a look. Do I still have it, or did I delete it? I might have deleted it, you know. Or you know what it might be in? Might be in... There we go. There he is. There's the Sea Devil. Yeah, I mean, they've even got, like, they had the string vests in the original, and they've got that kind of same pattern here. It looks more leathery. But they've honoured it, and the shape of the face and everything. The one criticism I had of this was that it maybe looked a little bit static in the face, like it would be hard to get any facial expressions out of it. But then I said this last time, I had that same thought with the Sontarans when they released the publicity pictures for Flux, and I was really impressed with what they did with those, and actually they looked a lot better than I thought they were going to based on the pictures. So I'm hoping we get a similar thing here. Maybe they'll enhance the movement with a bit of CGI, something like that as well. Here's a question for the chat. Do you think the Sea Devils are going to be the good guys or the bad guys in this story? What do you think in the chat? Let me know. Jace says, hey Phil, the new design looks good. Of the Sea Devils, I assume. Yep, they do indeed. Missy, we're talking about David Tennant there, says she, or they... I just assumed because it was Missy, it's a she. I shouldn't assume, should I? That they would like David Tennant to come back as 10, and I agree there. We can talk about David Tennant in a bit, but yeah, I think definitely agree there. What else? Let's see. So yeah, I think with this one, I think there's a chance they might come back as sort of, we think they're antagonists to start with. But very quickly, they get revealed as actually a potential ally in the story. I think they will be the kind of like, everybody is scared of them to start with. The locals, wherever they are, the pirates maybe. But actually, I suspect maybe it's the human pirates that turn out to be the bad guys. Or there's an external third threat, which means the pirates and these Sea Devils have to team up against. Actually, that's probably the most likely out of all of the options there. Joseph Adam is in the chat, says, hi Philip, have you heard Doctor Who 17 stories have been found in the Middle East? I heard something about the Middle East, some rumours circulating. I didn't know that it was meant to be 17. I don't know how, if any of this has been verified, or if it's just one of those, you know, rumours that's not going to come to anything, but yeah, as Jace is saying, I think it's still a rumor. I don't think anything's been confirmed. Would be great if that's true. I heard somebody else, I can't remember who I heard talking about it, but I heard somebody else talking about it that was saying that it might be that, yeah, they have found 17 episodes, but they won't all necessarily be, there won't be 17 episodes that are actually missing. Some of them might be episodes we actually already have. So don't get your hopes up too much. Who knows? All 17 could be episodes that already exist in the archives. So even if those episodes do exist and are there, it's, you know, who knows? Oh, Joseph, you had COVID-19. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, wait. Have I read that right? Had a COVID-19... and self-isolate. I had a COVID-19 outlook for Laura on Anton Deck, blonde girl on there. That sentence doesn't make much sense, I don't think, unless I'm missing something. And self-isolate. I had a COVID-19 look out for Laura on Anton Deck, blonde girl on there. I don't know what you're trying to say, Joseph. I'm sorry. Um, Jay says, I think there are lots of rumours going around at the moment concerning who. Yeah, there's always rumours, isn't there? There's the David Tennant one, which we'll talk about in a bit as well. Joseph Adam said, I enjoyed season 26 Doctor Who Blu-ray. Yeah, cool. I've ordered all. Is that one that's one that's already come out, right? I've got it. If it's come out, I've got it. I haven't watched it yet. I've got so much of a backlog of Blu-ray collections on my shelf to watch. I own all of them that have come out so far, and I have watched 2 of the box sets, and that is it. Just don't have just finding the time. It's really difficult. There we go. Yeah, when is this? When is the 14th Doctor announcement going to come, do you think? It's got to be soon, because they've got to start filming soon. They're in pre-production at the moment. There's rumours they're going to start filming. And is it going to be any day now? I hope it's when I'm free to make a video. I'm hoping it's when I'm properly back in the house and I don't have workmen here. Because if they're banging away in my bathroom, that sounds wrong. If they're still working in my bathroom making a noise, I can't go and record a video. So hopefully it'll happen at some point after they've finished. I'm optimistic they're going to finish tomorrow. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink here. 1 second. Oh dear. Herbie says bananas. Oh, why is Herbie saying bananas? What's bananas? And Jay says, I think they start filming in April. Yeah, so you'd hope that means that there must be, at least within the next month, an announcement on the 14th Doctor coming. Unless the 60th anniversary doesn't have a 14th Doctor. That is always absolutely a possibility, that we could have just a multi-Doctor story with existing Doctors and no new Doctor. We could have just it could be that rumours of David Tennant coming back relate to it being just one single special with just David Tennant as the 10th Doctor, a kind of missing adventure for the 10th Doctor that we didn't see, but that slots in somewhere in his timeline. Or maybe it's a Metacrisis Doctor story and it's just about the Metacrisis Doctor. My main theory is that it might be somebody who, it might be a story kind of mid-regeneration, where something's gone wrong with the regeneration and all of the past, and it's kind of all happening in the Doctor's head, and the past Doctor, all the past Doctors have to help in sort of inside the regenerating Doctor's head to push them through that regeneration and solve whatever's going on, because it's kind of slightly internal or something like that. I think that would be an interesting way of doing it, and a good way of making it an anniversary special as well. You could still have, that means you could still have Jodie start to regenerate at the end of the centenary special, but the regeneration doesn't complete, and you could still have her in the 60th as well, which would be interesting. It would be the first time a Doctor has returned after their era has finished. Oh no, I was going to say the next episode, but actually technically Matt Smith did that, didn't he? So maybe not. Yeah. Red Dwarf reference you're not up to, says Herbie. In that case, well, it would have been an episode I would have seen, but I obviously can't remember the reference. Right. So that's kind of the special that's coming up. We still don't have a date for it yet. I'm hoping we would get one of those soon. I want to know when it's on. So I've got my little board that my wife made me, a little blackboard which has a TARDIS in it, which says Days to New Doctor Who. I want to be able to fill in another one of those. We'll see. So anybody else wants to say about the Easter special, the Sea Devils? Any theories about what's going on? Get them in the chat now, and I'll read them out. But if not, we'll move on to another topic. What's going on in the chat? Let's have a look. Jay says, I love Tennant, but don't want him back as 14. Yeah. Joseph Adams says, I want Sophie Aldred as Ace and Lala Ward as the Doctor. Lala Ward as the Doctor? I mean, why not? The Doctor has taken on the face of previous Time Lords before. Colin Baker, of course, played a Time Lord before that wasn't the Doctor, before he played the Doctor. So, yeah, it's not out of the realms of possibility that he could regenerate into Lala Ward. Do you believe the rumours about Ace? Is this the rumour that she's going to be in the 60th anniversary special? Or was it the centenary special? The centenary special, wasn't it? That's the rumour. I mean, I don't know if I believe it. I would like to see it. I really want Ace back. I kind of, though, think it might be better for if she came back in the Russell T Davies era. With how good a job Russell did with Sarah Jane, returning Sarah Jane, how he handled that, I just think it might be better than the way Chris Chibnall has handled returning characters. And, you know, Chris Chibnall, for me, has his strengths and his weaknesses, but I think returning previous era characters in episodes hasn't been one of his strengths. If you look at Captain Jack, it was very exciting when he turned up in Future to the June. I, punched the air and was like, yes, look, it's Jack. But it was a fleeting cameo that kind of teased something, and then he wasn't involved in the thing it teased, which kind of felt like a bit of a letdown. And yeah, we got him then in the New Year's Day special, but he didn't kind of feel like he did much. He wasn't utilized very well, I didn't think, in that special. And then you've got the same kind of thing happening with Kate Stewart in Flux. Wasn't particularly well utilized. You could have taken her out of the story and it wouldn't have changed much. So I think I'd much rather Ace's return wait until Russell T Davies's era, where we have a track record of him doing returning characters from previous eras really well, as opposed, and he's done it in the Sarah Jane adventures as well. So I think I would prefer that. I'm not going to say no if we get Ace back. I'd rather have her back than not have her back. I hope they keep all the stuff about her running the charity, A Charitable Earth, and all that, and they keep that continuity from the various bits of spin-off media and the promotional stuff for the collection box sets that they did, where they did that little short film, little mini-sode. I hope they keep all that, but we'll see. What else we got in the chat? Missy says no, as number 10 would be great. Yeah, this is about Tennant again. Jay says, I think the special will be Easter weekend. That does make sense. When is Easter this week? This week? It's not this week. When is Easter this year? I'm going to look that up. When is Easter? When is Easter 2022? Sunday, the 17th of April. So here's a question. Will it be on a Sunday or will it be on a Saturday? Christian Blood does seem to like his Sunday episodes of Who, and so it probably will be on a Sunday, won't it? So you think possibly Easter Sunday itself, maybe 17th of April? That is that's 2.5 months ish away. That's oh no, that can't be. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, 2.5 months. 2.5 months away. Yeah, that makes kind of sense, I think. Joseph Adams says Tegan and Nira, do you mean Nissa, should come back as companions. Full-time companions, I don't think they're ever going to have a returning companion be a full-time companion. They'll come up in specials and things for one-off appearances. Occasionally, as Sarah Jane did, into a spin-off show. That's another thing I'd like to see with Ace. I'd love to see an Ace spin-off show. That would be great. So yeah, I don't think we would get them back full time. Turn to see Double Garth. We're not really talking about him anymore, are we? What about Jamie? Let Joe Thomas play as Jamie one-off specials. Joe Thomas. Who is Joe Thomas? Should I know that name? I'm going to Google that now. Oh, from the In-Betweeners. As Jamie. Okay. Interesting choice. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about recast. I mean, they've recast Doctors on TV, haven't they? They could do companions as well. I mean, they have done companions as well in the opening credits for Twice Upon a Time. But maybe I don't know about Joe Thomas though. Do you think season 22 will get release date? Then John Pertwee next. Do you think do you think that will be the next collection set? I don't know. Not sure really. My only prediction with the collection sets is that we're going to get season 1 some point in 2023 to mark the 60th. There we go. So let's talk now. We've been cropping around it a little bit in the chat, but David Tennant, who I can get a picture up here in his Around the World in 80 Days look, which is a good look. That would make a good look for a Doctor. Maybe minus the mustache, or maybe keep the mustache. What do you think, chat? If he was going to be a new incarnation of the Doctor, so not the 10th Doctor, so if these wild rumours were true, what do you think about that as his costume, as his look, including the mustache? Would it work? Mustaches are cool now, as maybe. And then if it was successful, would we see mustaches sweep the nation as the new cool in thing? That could be quite funny. So like as Doctor Who fans, we're all wearing bow ties when Matt Smith was around. Will they all be growing mustaches? People do it for November, but would they do it for the rest of the time? No mustache, says Missy 12. Yeah, okay. I mean, it would feel a bit weird. Didn't Peter Cushing had a mustache, didn't he? Did he have a mustache? He did, didn't he? He had a mustache in the Dalek movies. Of course, he wasn't the Time Lord version of the Doctor. He was Doctor Who, but the Earth scientist. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. You know what? If he was going to be in just a one-off special, and not like a whole series, but as a new incarnation of the Doctor, I could live with the mustache for an episode. Couldn't you? That'd be alright. I do love the outfit though that he wears as Phileas Fogg in Around the World in 80 Days. That was good. So my thoughts on the rumours of him coming back are that it has been massively exaggerated to the point where people are saying he's going to be the 14th Doctor. Pardon me. I think there's a good video by EMS Productions, if you want to check that out on YouTube, who kind of goes into this a bit, sort of tracing back where the rumour originated, looking at the original Reddit post and that sort of stuff. And the original Reddit post this rumour comes from makes absolutely no mention of him playing the 14th Doctor. It does talk about they've heard that he is returning and that possibly Donna might be returning. Is that in the same thing? I can't remember. But nothing about 14th Doctor. So what I think has probably happened is that, a game of telephone where messages get passed again, and it just gets distorted as it goes. And we get the fact that it starts off as him returning as the 10th Doctor for a one-off special, and then 5 people down the line, when it's a headline on a national newspaper, it's suddenly become, oh, he's playing the 14th Doctor, he's going to be in a whole series, and it's all going to focus on him. I don't think that's what's happening. I think probably we're most likely going to get him returning as the 10th Doctor, or the Meta-Crisis Doctor. That's always a possibility, although I think they might save that to when he's a lot older and looks a lot different. Because, yeah, I mean, if you put side by side David Tennant from when he was the Doctor and David Tennant now, you can tell he's older, but not side by side. I think you can still get away. He's still he hasn't massively changed. His body type hasn't changed. His body shape hasn't changed. He hasn't massively gotten old and wrinkly. So he could still absolutely play the 10th Doctor and sort of say it fits in somewhere. I think he can still get away with that at the moment. Another 10 years down the line, you have to start creating reasons like they did for Peter Davison in Time Crash, where his coat doesn't fit anymore because of time distortion, because they're in the same place, and they could do that again, but I mean, why? When you've got the Meta Crisis Doctor there, I think save the Meta Crisis Doctor for 10 years time, 10, 20 years time when you want to do anniversary specials, and then you can bring him in as a doctor that has aged, and you're sorted. You've got a similar get out clause with Matt Smith as well, really, because he got old, very old, on Trenzalore. So anytime you want to bring him back and just explain why he looks older, you just say he's somehow gotten off Trenzalore, and it's at some point in that 1,000 years or whatever he was on Trenzalore for. So both David Tennant and Matt Smith have really good get-out clauses for why they look older in future anniversary specials, which is kind of cool. Looking at the chat, he should keep his hair colour from Good Omens and finally be ginger. Yes, I'm going to find a picture of that, actually. Let me see if I can find a picture of Good Omens. David Tennant. That's got another series coming up soon, hasn't it? I'm really looking forward to that. I really like the first series. David Tennant, Good Omens. Images. Let me see if I can find this. Find a good one. Okay, we've got a couple here, because there's him with long hair and him with short hair. So let's have a look. I think I've got a desktop view here somewhere, which is going to... can I remember which one it is? That's the question. No, that turns me back to that. What's the desktop view? Ooh. Nope. It's where I work out StreamYards. Streamlabs even. Let's... I'm just going to have to click it, aren't I? That's me in a box. Display capture. I'm going to go Inception for a second. There we go. Okay. So we've got this one with him looking very long-haired red hair. Or there's like this one where he's short red hair. And those goggles are quite cool. That could be quite a cool look for the Doctor. Maybe a bit too dark. But yeah, maybe the hair. I like the goggles. That's a very doctory type thing to wear, isn't it? A bit like Jodie Whittaker's goggles when she was fixing the TARDIS. Yeah, maybe, possibly. Tom Mason says, hi Tom, how you doing? Missy says ginger would be nice. He does need to be ginger. The doctor at some point, be it another female doctor or a male doctor, needs to be ginger, and then make a big thing out of the fact that they are finally ginger. Oh, Tom, you interviewed Sophie Aldred. Nice one. I take it that'll be on one of your channels, one of your many channels, at some point soon. Looking forward to it. She seems lovely. I've met Sophie once, which was when she was doing a book signing for At Childhood's End, her novel, Ace novel, that came out a couple of years ago now. Yeah, that was 2020. That was pre-pandemic that came out, and I went to a signing at Forbidden Planet in London. Ah, how the world was different then. Tom says, did you manage to... Yes, it's on your main YouTube channel. Okay, so if you want to see an interview with Sophie Aldred, go check out Tom's channel. Herbie says the role should go to a real ginger actor. So you are anti-dyeing David Tennant's hair ginger. Should go, yeah, good. Why not? Real ginger representation. Who would be your choice of ginger actor to play the Doctor, do you think? I'm trying to think what ginger actors do I know? I'm going to have to go back to Twitter, not Twitter, to Google now and see. British, because they have to be British. I'm sorry, I'm not accepting any Americans being the Doctor. I mean, I'd still watch it. I'd just be like, not sure about this. British ginger actors. Who have we got? For some reason, in the image search, Prince Harry has come up. I don't think he's an actor. And also Seth Green has come up. He's not British. And this whole search is not acceptable. Ed Sheeran. I mean, he has done some acting. I don't know if he's quite good enough to play the Doctor. Who is Ginger that is actually a good actor? Anybody? Any suggestions in the chat? And would be right as the Doctor. They have to be British. They have to, be a good... There are a lot... I'm not saying there are no good ginger actors. There are plenty of good ginger actors. But that would be good specifically as the Doctor. That may be slightly less in number. Who's that? Karen Gillan's come up. I mean, there's no reason why the Doctor couldn't take the face of one of their previous companions. Oh, what's this? British celebrities with red hair. That's the article I want. Thank you, Pop Sugar. Not Prince Harry. Go away, Prince Harry. We don't want you. Oh, it's one of those annoying articles that makes you... Every single page, it's a slideshow. Oh, who's this? Bonnie... I'm not sharing my screen with you. Am I? Let's reject all the cookies. Let me go back to my thing where I can share my screen. So, we've got Bonnie Wright here. Oh, she looks vaguely familiar. Was she Ron's sister in the Harry Potter movies? Yeah, I don't see her as the Doctor. Damian Lewis? No, I don't see him as the Doctor. I don't know who Jess Glynn is, so no opinion. Paloma Faith, is she an actor? She's a singer, isn't she? Does she do acting as well? Oh, wait, this is just celebrities. Karen Gillan, of course, but had been a pretty major companion, plus, big Hollywood star these days. Rupert Grint. Let me know if any of these would make good ginger doctors. Rupert Grint. I don't know. I think he's got too much baggage. I'm not saying he would be a bad Doctor if he was an unknown or if he, wasn't known for what he was known for, but being such a, in the public consciousness as a particular character like Ron Weasley, I don't know if he could then go on to play the Doctor. Maybe I'm wrong. Eleanor Tomlinson, she looks familiar. What have I seen her in? I have to reserve judgment there. Rose Leslie. Oh, I do recognise her, and I can kind of picture her acting, but I can't remember what age she was in. Maybe her. Florence Welch, don't know. Ed Sheeran, no thank you. Lily Cole. Yeah, maybe. Isn't she? Is Lily Cole the one that's playing Pamela Anderson in that Pam and Tommy drama thing that's on one of the streaming services now, I think, or coming soon? Yeah, she might work. Sophie Turner, no. Prince Harry is not an actor. I mean, maybe he's a very good actor and we don't know, but Nicola Roberts. She looks vaguely familiar, but I'm not sure where from. Karen Ellison, don't know her. That's the end of that list. So were there any of those ginger celebrities there that you thought might work? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Definitely not Ed, says Jace. No, definitely not Ed. I've only seen him act in one thing, and that was Game of Thrones in his little cameo scene. I'm not saying he was terrible, but he wasn't, he wasn't like, oh my God, I want to cast this guy and stuff type. Let's just say that. Any rumours about Peter Capaldi taking part in any special? Asked Missy. Not that I've heard. Has anybody else heard any of those rumours? I haven't heard those. So there we go. We haven't really, I don't feel we've identified an absolute must-have ginger actor to play the future version of the Doctor. Keep the suggestions coming in if you've got any more. Eddie Redmayne, is he ginger? Does he dye it? Because he's not ginger in the films I've seen him in. So does he dye his hair for those films? I'm sure he's not ginger in those films I've seen him in. He's not Ginger in the Fantastic Beasts movies, is he? Pretty sure he's not. But hey, if he's Ginger, I think he might be a bit too high profile now to take on the role. I don't think he'd want to, being a Hollywood star and all that. But I think he could do it. I think he'd probably be interesting. Well, we'll see it. We'll see. Let us know in the comments if you think of a Ginger actor that could play him. Jace says about Ed Sheeran, let him stay with the singing. Yeah, he's a good singer. He's a good singer. I like, and he's, seems like a lovely guy when I've seen him in interviews and things, but I don't think he's an actor. Or at least not yet. Maybe one day. Maybe he just hasn't been given the right part. Who knows? Maybe Doctor Who is the part for him. But I'd like to get him to try out some other stuff first, I think. Talking of David Tennant, though, as we leave those rumours behind, Missy says it's easier to die David Tennant. Yes, but that wouldn't be true Ginger representation, would it? Really? So I can see what people mean there. I can see what they mean. So David Tennant has recently been in Around the World in 80 Days. I have been watching it. Has anybody else seen it? I kind of was trying to follow it as linear television. I was watching it, despite the fact that they released every episode immediately after the first episode aired on iPlayer. I thought, no, I'm going to watch this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to every Sunday sit down and watch what turned out to be 2 episodes every week, which I didn't realise initially. And actually, I turned up for one of them late because, well, I missed the whole first episode on the second Sunday because I assumed it was only 2 episodes for the first Sunday and not the second. But nope, it was indeed 2 episodes every Sunday. So I tried to watch it where I could live. That kind of then fell off a cliff as I got busier and as I had to go stay with my in-laws while my living between 2 houses while my bathroom was done. But I have now finished it and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. David Tennant was fantastic as Phileas Fogg. He had a very sort of quiet. He started off, and the kind of his character development through the episodes was really good because he started off as this very quiet, sort of put upon man that sort of decides to go on this wild adventure, and he's kind of regretting it at the start. Doesn't have the confidence. But by the end of it, he's like a whole new man, with confidence and. But still not, you might think that, oh, maybe he'll slip into a Doctor persona. But no, he's still very different from the Doctor. And his English accent is very different from his Doctor English accent. Because, of course, David Tennant, being Scottish, has a Scottish accent. He's very good in it. And it's not just him. The supporting cast is very good too. I can't remember. Who was it in it? Let's have a look. Because I've forgotten the actors' names. IMDb. Let's IMDb this. The actors were, if anybody knows in the chat, let me know. Around the World. I've never seen a version of Around the World in 8 days, apart from the maybe late 80s, early 90s cartoon where Phileas Fogg was a lion and went around with other animals in his balloon and travelled the world. I used to love that. I can't remember much about it other than that, but I remember liking it as a kid. So, who was in Around the World in 80 Days? Where's the cast? So, you had Ibrahim Koma as Passepartout. He was fantastic. Very good. Leonie Bennett as Abigail Fix Fortescue. So those were kind of the main 3 that were on the journey. David Tennant, him. So those 2 were on the journey with David Tennant's Phileas Fogg. They were great very engaging to watch. Brilliant acting. Another person I really liked in this was Jason Watkins as Abigail's father, Bernard Fortescue. He was really good. The kind of villain of the piece, played by Peter Sullivan, Niall Bellamy, he was brilliant. And got a great, slight spoilers here, but great comeuppance at the end. and the way he was sort of taken down was just great. It was a really good series that managed to do something new and inventive and different every week and not ever have it feel like the same. The kind of challenges they faced weren't the same thing every week, weren't the same type of thing every week. There were different problems to overcome, and they did it in very inventive ways. One of my favorites is one of the early ones with the train, and how, again, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it, but the state the train comes in by the end, when they get into the station, is very different to how it starts. And it's all part of a solution to a very big problem that they have in crossing a bridge. I will leave it there. I won't give any more spoilers, but it is very good. So brilliant cast, brilliant plotting, great resolution, and it does leave it open for another series. I don't know if they're going to do another series, but it was really good. So let me know what you thought of it in the chat if you've been watching it. I think Jeremy Duncan's in the chat and says hello, and Around the World in 80 Days was fantastic. I really hope they do a second series of it. I mean, David Tennant is great in a lot of stuff, but this is probably, along with, I mean, up there definitely in his top 5 roles that I've seen him play. You know, the Doctor, obviously. Kilgrave in Jessica Jones is absolutely one of his best roles. What else was there? Obviously Good Omens and they're my top 4 David Tennant roles that I've seen him play, and this is definitely up there. Was there a version with David Niven of Around the World in 80 Days? I don't know. Let's have a look, shall we? I go back to my original Around the World in 80 Days search. Let's Around the World in 80 Days. I know there's been lots of films. I think the most recent version before this had Jackie Chan as Passepartout, I think. Yes, David Niven was indeed in a 1956 version of Around the World in 80 Days. And then there was as I said, Jackie Chan as Passepartout, and oh yes, I've not seen it, but it had Steve Coogan as Phileas Fogg. Yeah, I've not seen that one. I've heard questionable things about it. I've also not read the book, so I don't know how faithful any of these versions are to it. I'm going to find also, see if I can find what's this one? There's another 2021 version. Is that an animated one? It is. There's one. Looks like there's a French anime. Hold on, I'm going to come back to my my screen where you can see things that I'm looking at. Where is it? Okay. So there appears to be a French, possibly by the looking of the title, animated film of Around the World in 80 Days, where one of them is I don't know which is which, but I'm guessing the monkey maybe is Phileas Fogg, and maybe the frog is Passepartout. That is quite something. Phileas and Passepartout. Who else is in it? There's Fix. Fix is in it. Yeah. Well, there we go. Oh, there is an English version with different actors. There we go. But it looks like it was originally a French film. What other versions are there? Let's have a look. I want to find this version as a cartoon that I used to watch as a kid. No, I don't think it's that one. Few more title matches. Phileas Fogg, Around the World in 80 Days. I'm just going to Google it separately. Describe your issue. I don't have an issue. Well, not at this moment. The World in 80 Days cartoon. There it is. Around the World with Willy Fogg, it was called. That's it. Around the World. It wasn't called Around the World in 80 Days. It was just called Around the World with Willy Fogg. That doesn't have any pictures. That's rubbish. Wikipedia. Let's Go to images. Yes, that's it. There they are. So you had Willy Fogg. I'm guessing that's Passepartout next to him. I'm guessing that's Abigail Fix next to him, the other side, possibly. Is she a character from the book? Like I say, I haven't seen the book. I don't know if this latest series. Well, according to my father-in-law, this latest series is not very accurate to the book. But you know what? I'm fine with that. It was a very good series, and I enjoyed it. So there we go. That's that. Let's have a look in the chat again. David Tennant always blows your mind. German actress Leon Bennett was fabulous too. Oh, who did she play? Was that the one I said? I've now got to look back again. Who did she play? German actress. Was she Fix? Was she Abigail? Oh yeah, Abigail Fix. Is she German? She does an amazing British accent. Then I would not have been able to tell she was German. That explains her name as well. She was really good there. Very good indeed. Germany was the first country where they released it. Usually we have to wait longer. Oh, are you in Germany? Bojangles Macduff. Well, maybe I did notice when they started each episode, it came up with like a load of it. This is a production of, and it was a load of channels that sounded like they were European. So I'm guessing there was a co-production deal with the BBC and various other. I think it was RDF was one of them, and yeah, I'm guessing that's why you got it first in Germany. Herbie grew up with that. I'm guessing you're referring to Willy Fogg, Around the World with Willy Fogg. Yeah, I did too. What a series. It was called Around the World with Willy Fogg, says Darren Lodge. The cartoon was The Lion. Yeah, cartoon with the Lion. Nicola Roberts, by the way, was 1/5 of Girls Aloud. Oh, is this back from? This is back in the celebrities who were ginger bit, wasn't it? Yes. Oh, okay. Cool. Have you seen Call My Agent on Netflix? I have not, Tom. Is it good? What's that about? Call My Agent. Sounds familiar. Call My Agent. Okay. Yeah, comedy drama. Call My Agent is a French comedy drama television series. Is it a remake of that, or is it the one you're talking about, or is it actually that version? And is it subtitled or dubbed? If it is that version, I might check it out. Sounds interesting. What else did I talk about? I was going to talk about my trip to Back to the Future the musical, but I've left my program somewhere. Give me 1 second and I will be back. There will be nobody in the seat for a second, but I'll be back. I'm back. I wasn't long. I just left it out in the hallway. So, Back to the Future. Any time travel fans here? I love a bit of time travel because I'm a Doctor Who fan, obviously, but I also love Back to the Future, the movie series. I think my mum must have got me into this because she's a massive Back to the Future fan. So she's had all the films on home media. This year she had a Back to the Future Playmobil advent calendar. So, where did Phil go? I'm here. I just went to get this Back to the Future program, Back to the Future the musical program. So when it came out that there was going to be a Back to the Future musical, I had to go see it, and I had to take my mum. So I bought her for her birthday, actually a couple of years ago now, tickets to it, but then it got postponed and postponed again because of the world situation and theatres not having the greatest time at the moment. Things have to close, etc., etc. But this is a fantastic musical. If you like Back to the Future, if you like musicals, If you like both of those things, go see this. Hell, if you're not that keen on musicals, as long as you don't hate musicals, go see this if you like Back to the Future. It's full of love for the original franchise. It's written by the original screenwriters of the original films. It's scored by the person that did the music for the original films. So if you have any worries about it not honoring those original films, put them aside, because these are the people, the Bobs, as they call them, Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis, is it? Something like that. They are the ones that hold the keys to the Back to the Future franchise. Nobody can make a Back to the Future product without their permission. And they have, for years, said, no, we're never going to make a Back to the Future 4. We don't want to. We've tied up our story. Why would we do another one? So they are not caving to things for financial reasons, because they would make a lot of money by making a Back to the Future 4, but they keep on refusing. They keep on going, no, we don't want to. It's not, creatively, it's a creative bankrupt idea because the story has been told. We've wrapped everything up. Why make another one? And as much as I would love personally, and I would rush to the cinema to see it, would love to see one, I absolutely respect that. But they did feel that it was right to do this musical version of it. So if you've got any worries about the, honouring properly the original, don't worry, it's fine. They do change some things, but that's mostly out of a practical purpose, because there are some things that just weren't achievable on stage, so they changed slight plot elements to work around it, but that was fine. The music is fun, it's lively, it's upbeat. I wouldn't say it's my most... I'm a big musicals fan. I wouldn't say it's going to be ever from the music in my top 10 of musicals or anything like that. But it was enjoyable. There weren't any songs that I didn't like and didn't enjoy listening to, but there aren't ones. They also aren't really ones that I also want to come home and stick bring up on Spotify or whatever and listen to. So it's good music, it's good dancing, but where it really excels, this musical, is the special effects. As you can imagine, you're watching Back to the Future. You want to see the car fly, you want to see it time travel, and they achieve that very well. I don't think there's any pictures in the program. I mean, you've kind of got like artistic renderings of it. Very nice artwork in this. But how they achieve that in the musical itself is just amazing. They do use a mixture of projection. They have obviously a pretty much full-size model DeLorean on the stage that they move very slowly across the stage. But with the projection, front projection, back projection, they've got a screen in front of the car and behind the car, both of which they're projecting stuff on, but you can also see the car through it. There's animations being projected onto the back so that as the car moves and is supposedly speed up, the background whizzes by at faster and faster speeds. As the car turns, the perspective shifts on what you're seeing. It's all really impressive stuff, and absolutely sells the fact that the car is first of all getting up to 88 miles an hour and then time traveling. It's absolutely stunning. The acting was really good in it as well. The person that plays Doc Brown I recognized, and I was like, I recognize him from something. It turns out he's been in lots of Hollywood stuff. So he's a screen actor as well. His name is, if I find it in the program, where is he? There we go. Roger Bart. Roger Bart. He played Doc Brown. He has been in things like Desperate Housewives. He's been in Episodes, the British American sitcom with Matt LeBlanc and Stephen Mangan. He's been in a series of unfortunate events, 30 Rock. He's been in loads of stuff, and I've seen him on screen loads. It was really, really good. So if you're a fan of Back to the Future, I absolutely recommend going to see this. It's a lot of fun. What's going on in the chat? People were wondering where I'd gone. I hope I'm back now. I just went to get that. It's a French sitcom, Tom Mason says. This is going back to the what's it called? The agent thing? Call My Agent. The French original has subtitles, and the UK remake is coming to Amazon Prime this year. Oh, cool. Nice. Dog Tanyan, Herbie. Dog Tanyan, there's a movie coming out. There's a new Dog Tanyan movie coming out. This is very exciting for anybody that was a child in the early 90s. Dog Tanyan is... There was this... There must have been a thing in the early 90s where they wanted to just take classic stories and put them on screen, but with all the characters as animals. Because Dog Tanyan is the Three Musketeers, but with dogs. So Dog Tanyan is D'Artagnan, the fourth musketeer. And that was good as well, and had a cracking theme tune. But there's a new movie coming out of it. I might have to take my daughter to go see that if she'll go with me. What else is going on in the chat? Wow, says Herbie. Yeah, I'm gonna find out. Actually, I'm gonna find out when that Dog Tanyan movie is out. Dog Tanyan movie, or have I missed it? Maybe I missed it. Dog Tanyan movie. Okay, it says 2021, so maybe it actually came out last year, and I missed it already. It's been and gone. It was out last year. We missed it at the cinemas. It was released in the 25th of June 2021. So missed it at the cinemas, but catch it on streaming somewhere. Dog Tanyan, it's all 3D animated now. Dog Tanyan and the Three Muskehounds movie. I'll see if it's available to watch on Apple TV for $3.99. Don't know if it's available anywhere else, but yeah, Dog Tanyan. Missy 12 says the musical. Asking me if I'm talking about Back to the Future, the musical. Yes, that's what I was talking about. It was very impressive and very good. I might be a bit behind you on the chat. I don't know how big the lag is. I apologize. The last thing I was going to talk about, because we are coming up on an hour, and I did say I wanted to keep this relatively short, so I want to talk about one more topic, which is the Book of Boba-Fett. Now, I've put an image in my little thing here. Let me find it again. Where is it? What do I do with it? So let's get rid of this random video capture. No, that's turning me off. There we go. David Tennant's there too. Let's get rid of David Tennant. Now, on my little list of images, and this will be very telling to anybody. There's going to be a few spoilers here, so if you haven't seen it, the latest episode of the Book of Boba-Fett, you might want to go away now. Because there might be just one or two spoilers. I'll try and keep it relatively spoiler-light, but I can't guarantee it. But I have named in this the image for the Book of Boba Fett. And it's an image of Boba Fett. I have named it... That's the image. I've named it Mando. That's not Mando. That's not the character that this show is apparently about. That's not the character in this picture. But it is the character that has been the main focus for the last 2 episodes. In a show called The Book of Boba Fett, we have barely seen Boba Fett in the last 2 episodes. He's had one scene and I think spoken one word. So I don't know what's going on there. Basically, the last 2 episodes have felt more like an anthology series than a Boba Fett series, because we had a very, it was all Mando last week. It was just it was like an episode of The Mandalorian. Then this week we had a Mando story, but also sorry. Drink of water, my voice is going. This is when I know I need to end the stream soon. Yeah, we had a Luke Skywalker and Grogu story. So it was really odd. Not that I dislike those episodes. They're good episodes. It just felt really weird to be in a Boba Fett series. I kind of understand maybe one episode in the middle focusing on a different character. But for 2 back-to-back, weird. Oh, hey, Red Dwarf Nerd. How you doing? Thanks for joining us in the chat. Red Dwarf Nerd is a Red Dwarf YouTuber, one of the very few. As you know, I've got a Red Dwarf podcast, which Hey, announcement time. Red Dwarf Nerd is appearing on very soon as a guest reviewer. He makes great Red Dwarf videos. Do go check him out if you're a Red Dwarf fan, because he makes some brilliant theory videos. I'd just seen actually that he's supposed to start a new series going through all of the episodes. Starting with the first episode as a kind of breakdown as well. So looking forward to watching that later as well. Do go check him out, and I hope you're doing okay. Popping in for 5. How are we all? Doing good. To be honest, the stream is only going to probably last another 5 anyway, because my voice is starting to go, and I've got to go between houses again. So hopefully for the last time. Where did you see it? I'm just going to go back to this question before we completely move on to this Boba-Fett thing. Where did you see it? I saw it in London. That's the Back to the Future musical. It's on in London at the moment. Don't know how long for. It was originally on in Manchester, but was only open for about a week before it had to close because of COVID. It was meant to be up there for a couple of months run, I think, but unfortunately that got cut short, and now it's on in London at the Apollo. No, not the Apollo, the Adelphi Theatre. So there we go. Yeah, so what I think about, I was just going to talk generally what I think about this series so far. I've seen it get a lot of flack. A lot of people have been saying that it's been boring, or hasn't been as violent as they would like, because they want Boba Fett to be really violent. Now, none of that bothered me, and I actually really enjoyed the first several episodes. Maybe the episode before the one that focused on Mando was a little slow, but I think the other ones were... I didn't mind that he wasn't, going around killing everyone. I don't think he necessarily needed to do that. I think everybody had gotten into their head, not based on anything on the screen, what they wanted Mando to be. We'd had years and years of building up what Mando was in people's heads, but it either all came from the now non-canon books and comics, or just what they wanted him to be. They were projecting their own wants onto him, rather than it being anything that was on screen. So when they then say, "Oh, this isn't what Mando is," they're really talking about what... It's not what not Mando. I'm calling you Mando again. Boba is. They're talking about what Boba is in their head, but there's nothing in this series that contradicts anything about how he was in the series itself. We never got he was a blank canvas in the films, the original trilogy. There wasn't anything about his personality. We knew nothing about his personality. So you can't say that this series betrays that personality, because there was nothing there to begin with. Everything that people think about him is their own projection, or stuff from, like I say, the Legends material, the now non-canon comics and stuff. And there's no reason, because that's all been discarded from continuity, that this should stick to that interpretation of him. They've come up with their own interpretation. I, for one, quite like it, that he's trying to take this more diplomatic route. And he has shown that he can, when he needs to, be ruthless and fight, but he doesn't have to. So I have no problems with how they're portraying Boba Fett in this. I wasn't that engaged with because there's 2 timelines to the Boba Fett story. He has flashbacks to just after him escaping from the Sarlacc pit, and the immediate time afterwards, and then there's the kind of present day. And those bits, the present day bits, I was less enthralled with. I did agree with the criticism of the mod bikers, or more specifically, just that they didn't really fit in the world of Tatooine. I think they would have worked perfectly on a world like Coruscant, but they just seem really out of place on a world like Tatooine. But that was a very minor thing. I just generally wasn't that interested in the modern day thing. But all the stuff with the Tusken Raiders, or the flashback to him, being sort of taken in by the Tusken Raiders, trained by them, adopted into their tribe, loved all of that. I thought that was really great and really good character development. So I wasn't somebody that was itching for a change in the series, or for him to get more violent or anything like that. I'm sure we will get a big fight scene in the final episode that he will be very violent in. It's inevitable. But it just seems a really weird choice to then focus 2 whole episodes on the Mando and sort of other side characters and not have him in it at all in the series that's named after him. It seems really weird. So I don't know. Not that I dislike the episodes. It's just weird for this. I was watching a video by Jessie Gender earlier today. It was her review of the latest episode, and she was saying that it kind of feels like they just did this series because they had some loose ends they needed to tie up, and they wanted this. They were like, and things to set up for future series. So they thought, oh, we'll make a Boba Fett series because the name Boba Fett will make everybody watch it, and we can do all that stuff in this series, and that's the entire purpose of this series. And I kind of agree with her. It kind of does feel a bit like that, but I'm still enjoying the ride, and we got to see Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, today as well in the latest episode, so that was very cute too. And he's now got a choice to make, and I'm interested to see what he does. I have a feeling we might be seeing Grogu back in series 3 or season 3 of The Mandalorian. Red Dwarf Nerd says, currently feeding the dogs and getting shouted at by the Yorkie. Oh no, poor dogs. Are they hungry? Have you not fed them enough? Our rabbits are probably outside making a noise. Do rabbits make noise, or do they just thump their legs? They're probably thumping their legs wanting food because they haven't been fed since this morning. Herbie says, I was in London when Back to the Future was meant to open, but one actor went down with COVID. Yeah, I heard about that. I was really worried that our tickets were going to get postponed again because, like I say, they've been postponed several times. But luckily it didn't get postponed again. I did have to change it because when they've moved it to one date, they moved it to my sister's birthday, and because I was going with my mum, I thought, oh, I better not. We better not go on my sister's birthday. But turns out my sister had moved like up north anyway by that point, so my mum wasn't spending her birthday with her anyway. But so I didn't necessarily need to move it, but yeah, you know, it was a really good musical. Adam the Ultimate Whovian is here, who I know has seen it. Evening, only just watched the new Boba Fett app after being busy with Back to the Future musical yesterday. Yes, we've talked about Back to the Future musical. Here's my... Did you buy a program, Adam? I bought a program because it's so good, and I always buy the programs for theatres. I like the memory. I've got a whole big box of theatre programs upstairs. What did you think about it, Adam? Let me know. My highlight was definitely the special effects, how it made the car go 88 miles an hour and all of that. It was good. Red Dwarf Nerd says, I'm not seeing much so far, but the Sarlacc was cool to see. Although I thought he got a little too easy, just relied on the flamethrower to do the work. Yeah, I don't know how long he was meant to have been in there. Was he unconscious initially and then woke up? He had to use the air from a stormtrooper. So his air must have run out. So he must have been in there a while to start with. But yeah, I see what you mean. He did kind of get out quite quickly. Maybe they could have done some more there. Alex Graham says, long time no see, Phil. I'm enjoying Book of Boba Fett, but like you, kind of wondering where Boba went. Where did he go? Is next week the finale? Is it just one episode left? Which makes it even stranger that the 2 episodes, if it is, the 2 episodes before the finale would be him not in it. It's really weird. But I'm guessing if next week is the finale, he will feature quite heavily and have all these people around him now, and they're going to take on that syndicate and hopefully win. Adam the Ultimate Whovian definitely bought a program. It's tradition. Yeah, you got to buy a program, haven't you? I did like the fact a lot of West End musicals sneakily make 2 programs. They make a sort of souvenir program with lots of pictures, and then a smaller program which you get all the cast and list and maybe some articles and stuff in, more writing. Whereas the bigger one that's this size is usually just pictures, basically. Very nice pictures, but just pictures. But they combine the 2 in this one. So you got all the cast, you got various articles and glossy pictures. I like that. Saved me a little bit of money, so I didn't have to buy both. Adam loved it, and of course spotted... Oh yes, there's a TARDIS cameo for the Doctor Who fans in the Back to the Future. I won't tell you where it is, so if you go watch it, look out for the TARDIS cameo. Yeah, there is one to go on Boba Fett, says Alex. Strange storytelling. Yeah, I've got to say, I think Jesse Gender is right here. That I think they just wanted a series to maybe trail into set some things up for future series, namely the Ahsoka series and future series three of Mandalorian. There were some elements in that feel like they were set up here, and tie up loose ends with Boba, and they just like, oh, let's just do it. Because originally, Mandalorian, when it was originally in its sort of development stage, was a Boba Fett series, and then they changed it at some point into being a new character, which meant that we were left, what happened to Boba? People were still wondering, and then they introduced him to that series, which then definitely got people wondering, how did he escape? And they knew they probably wouldn't get away with not telling that story, so they did it here, but it does kind of feel like a filling in the gaps type thing. Adam the Ultimate Hoovian says, do you reckon you'll do Time Fracture again before it closes in April? It closes in April? When did they announce that? Oh no. Have they announced this? Then yes, I need to go do it at least once more. I did not know it was closing. Time Fracture, for anybody who doesn't know, is a immersive theatre event, a Doctor Who event in London. And it's amazing. It's just so fun to do. You get to immerse yourself in the world, wander around these worlds, and you can latch on to the different actors that are playing different characters and follow them around as, choose which story you want to follow, basically. Interact with them. It's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it, and I do need to go again. So if it's closing in April, I need to go again quite quickly. Why is it closing? Says Davis. Yes, why is it closing? I don't know. Maybe they keep getting flooded, don't they? So that's probably why. Hey Davis, how you doing? Yeah, maybe they've just given up because they're like, oh, we just keep getting flooded and postponed because of COVID. They've had enough. Yeah, I need to go see it again though. I definitely need to go to see it again. Hey Phil, I can't join the stream tonight. I'm watching Big Mama. Says Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment. Is that a film? Is Big Mama a film? Or are you watching an actual Big Mama? Okay. I'm guessing it's a film. How much do they make you fork out for a glossy program? These days it must cost pounds plus your firstborn. I maintained my firstborn. I did not have to give her up. £10, I think it was, for the program. So I bought one for me and one for my mum. So it cost me £20. So I did end up still buying two because I bought my mum one. But yeah, it's oh, I've just read that comment from Davis. My friend has a story of them fishing sewage turd out of a Dalek. Because for anybody that doesn't know, Time Fracture, the Doctor Who Immersive Theatre event, is predominantly in a basement. And during the really bad weather we had during the summer, it got flooded. And I think, obviously, the drains overflowed. And that's not pleasant. That's not pleasant. Oh, dear. Hello, Doctor Who Home. How you doing? Big Mama's House, you Philistine. Oh, I have heard of that. Yes, that's a film. I've heard of that. Big Mama's House. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. Isn't that... Who's in that? Big Mama's House. Let me look it up. Oh, yeah. From 2000. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Martin Lawrence. There we go. That's who's in it. Yeah. I've not seen it. I gotta admit, it doesn't appeal to me massively. It's a movie where Martin Lawrence dresses up as a woman. Yeah, okay. And poses as somebody called Big Mama, presumably. Yeah. Doing great bar the COVID, lol. Great excuse to watch lots of classic Who. Yeah. I've got so many of those collection box sets to watch that I haven't watched yet. It's literally just Mrs. Doubtfire. Does he actually, like... Is it basically the same plot? Is he going to his ex-wife and pretending to be a nanny to spend time with his kids? Is that what it's about? Crazy. You can't beat Robbie Williams. not Robbie. Robbie Williams wasn't in. Robin Williams was in that. Can't be him. £10, really fair to be honest. For you going to say 30? No, £10. I'm pretty sure it's £10. £10. Yeah, I'll have to check my bank statement. I'm pretty sure it was £10 because I think my total bill was 25, and I bought that. The more extortionate thing was the water, because I bought 2 of those and a water, and that came to £25. £5 for a bottle of water. Crazy. Heard about Classic Who returning to TV. I know we've got the box sets, but there's something about tuning in live. On BBC, or I haven't heard that. On BBC or like one of the random channels. Like that, because it was on the horror channel for a while, wasn't it? The particularly the 4th Doctor era was on the horror channel. Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about it. Or I suppose if it was going to be on the BBC, I'm guessing it would be BBC 4. I know BBC 4's budget for making new programming has been cut. In fact, I think they're just now a repeats channel. So that makes sense if it was going to be on there, because they don't have the budget to make new shows anymore, which is a shame because they did make some great like arts content and things. But they go, hey, if it gets us Doctor Who on TV, why not? As someone who watched the Boba-Fett show, can I tune in to these last 2 episodes for Grogu Luke content? Yes, you absolutely can, because the plot of these last 2 episodes has zero to do with the rest of the plot of other than like one scene at the end, has zero to do with the rest of the plot of the Boba Fett series. So yes, if you're just a fan of the Mandalorian and you just want to see his story continue, just watch the last 2 episodes. You don't have to worry about the rest of the series. I mean, he's going to be in the finale as well. That will tie more into the rest of the series, I imagine. But yeah, you can absolutely just watch the last 2 in isolation. It's on a TV channel called Forces TV. Never heard of it. I think 2 episodes a night and then repeats in the morning. Oh, are they doing it in order? Are they starting with an unearthly child and then just working their way through? That could be quite cool. And are they going to show the animations? Great news. My girlfriend will be overjoyed. Is she? Yeah, I don't know if you're responding to me talking about The Mandalorian or Doctor Who Home talking about, and Adam talking about there being episodes on TV. Which one of those is your girlfriend going to be overjoyed about? I'm guessing Mando because of Grogu. Possibly. I mean, my wife has been watching Boba Fett with me, and she's been finding it. She's been one of the people that's been finding it quite boring. But she loves Grogu and loved The Mandalorian mostly because of Grogu. So I didn't watch the latest episode with her, but I think she's pretty sure she's going to really like the latest episode. Herbie says, showing the unit stories. Oh, are they only starting with the 3rd Doctor then? I suppose that's when it went to colour. That makes sense. Yeah. But there we go. They're starting with Spearhead and have cherry-picked a few good ones. Genesis, Zygons, Earthshock, Logopolis, City of Death, Androzani, and how do you pronounce that? Androzani, whatever. Remembrance, they all come to mind. Oh no, she'll be horrified by an unearthly child. It's alright, apparently they're not showing that one. The colour ones, yeah, makes sense, I suppose. I would love a channel to just go, right, we're starting from the beginning, we're going to show them all. Why not? Well, all the ones that exist or are animated. That'd be cool. Well, I mean, I've kind of run out of my things that I had to talk about. Yeah. So I'm going to end this stream now, as I didn't do the lists. I was going to do lists. No, let's do one list. I don't have to leave right now. I'm going to do one list. So I found this website, the List Challenges, and it's, you know, what 60 movies most cool people have seen. You go tick off the ones you've seen. Hell, I did get that one up earlier. Let's do that. How cool am I based on the movies I have seen? I'm going to rattle through this. Tell us in the chat how many of them you've seen. So I've seen Alien. I've seen Aliens. I have not seen Apocalypse Now. One I keep meaning to watch. We were talking about it earlier. I've definitely seen Back to the Future. Big is fun. Not seen the Big Lebowski. Can't even say it. Lebowski. That's the one with the dude, isn't it? Seen it. Want to, but I haven't got around to it. Black Swan, not seen. Boogie Nights, the one about the 70s porn industry. Yeah, I've seen that. Borat. No, I haven't seen Borat. Boys in the Hood, not seen. Brazil, a Terry Gilliam film, which I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of Terry Gilliam films, but I haven't seen that one. I love Time Bandits, one of my favorite films. So I need to see Brazil, but I haven't seen it yet. Breakfast Club, yep, seen that. Clark's, yep, seen that. I think there's a third one that's in the works, mind you. I think it's been in the works for about the last 10 years. But I'm looking forward to that. I've seen most of the Askewverse, as Kevin Smith's series of films that kind of all interlinked with linking characters are called. Apart from the latest Jay and Silent Bob. Haven't seen that one. Coming to America, yep. Haven't seen Dazed and Confused. Yes, I've seen Die Hard. I've not seen Do the Right Thing. I have seen Edward Scissorhands. I have no idea what Election is. I haven't seen Fargo. Have I seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? See, I think I've definitely seen some of it, but I also think I haven't seen it all the way through, so I don't think I should be allowed to tick that. Fight Club, yep. Haven't seen Friday. Haven't seen Get Out, which I really do want to see because apparently it's amazing. Ghostbusters, yes. Godfather, yes. Good Will Hunting. I don't think I've seen that one. Goodfellas, yes. Gross Point Blank, nope. Groundhog Day, love a time loop story. I've seen that one. Oh, I've just realised I was meant to be sharing the screen, but I didn't. So you don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of man. There we go. Okay. This is what you were meant to have been seeing the whole time. This website, but I forgot to bring it up. Can tell I'm getting tired. Right. Heat. Haven't seen that. Heathers. Haven't seen that. Heavenly Creatures. Haven't seen that. Hoop Dreams. I'm getting loads I haven't seen now. Hoop Dreams. I'm not cool. This is not good. Hot Fuzz. Yes. Inception. Yes. Inglourious Bastards. Yes. Lady Bird. No. Leon. Yes. Little Miss Sunshine. No. One more page to go. I'm just going to check the chat. It's probably all you guys telling me you can't see what I'm ticking. Oh, Adam only saw 2001: A Space Odyssey the other week. I've never seen that either. I wonder if that's on this list. Mad Max, Fury Road, no. Malcolm X, no. Matrix, yes. Mean Girls, no. Memento, yes. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, yes. Moonrise Kingdom, never heard of. Napoleon Dynamite, no. Office Space, yes. Point Blank, no. Pulp Fiction, yes. Not heard of Reality Bites. I've not seen Reservoir Dogs. Why have I not seen Reservoir Dogs? Rushmore, not heard of. Shaun of the Dead, I've seen. Singles, not seen. Sixth Sense, yes. How many of these have you guys seen? Do you think you're doing good? Do you think you're cooler than me according to this so far? Snatch, no, I don't think I've seen Snatch. Stand By Me, no. Talladega Nights, no. Taxi Driver, no. Terminator, actually no, I haven't seen the original Terminator. I have seen Terminator 2. Trainspotting, no. Tropic Thunder, no. Zoolander, I tried to watch once and just hated it, so no. Show me my results. 41%. I did better than 48% of users on this list, and I rank 6,477 out of 12,409 users on this list. I did not beat the average score of 35. So I guess I'm middling cool. I'm neither cool nor uncool. I just sit there in the middle, not being either. Oh well. Right, let's check the It's Mando again. Let's check the chat, see what people are saying. Red Dwarf says, oh man, The Unearthly Child and all the first series is amazing. Those old black and white tube cameras and the old studio gave such a creepy feel. Yeah, that's one thing I think it lost when it went to colour with the Third Doctor, was that in one way the visuals got better, but in another way there's something you can do with black and white in terms of creating an atmosphere that early colour television lost, and now you can do it again with lighting and stuff, but it wasn't quite there with Third Doctor's era. It's a shame. Herbie says, I watched them on BritBox, including the animations. Yeah, they're all on BritBox now, aren't they? Yes. Adam says, An Unearthly Child, perfect for our favourite teachers, Ian and Barbara. I love Ian and Barbara. They're great. Some of my favourite companions. Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment says, I have a personalised photo calendar with Doctor Who on November. Oh, cool. Did I see the poster for Strange New Worlds they released with Pike on his horse? Tango. Is that his name of his horse? That's cool. Yes, I did see that. Looks very good. Looking forward to that series. From the promo images, I don't know about his new haircut, but hey, I'll probably get used to it. And the new uniforms, I kind of wish they'd stuck with the ones that they'd established in Discovery. I liked those ones, but I get why they want to move more towards something that looks like it was more like the original series. Ryan Talbot says, hi everyone. Hi, you're kind of coming in at the end. I will do, before I go, one more list of this thing. In fact, let's try and find a Doctor Who one. Let's try and find a Doctor Who list in this list thing. Let me get my display capture back up. There we go. Let's go in the search. What can we find that is Doctor Who related? Now, there's no point in me just doing Doctor Who episodes, because you'd just be ticking them all. Well, not the classic Who. Still haven't seen all the classic Who. That is shocking, I know. I own most of them, but I haven't actually got around to watching them. Let's see, Master Story is just going to be... I need something original. There's got to be something in here, like something about merchandise. Oh, here we go, Doctor Who merchandise. Let's do this. What type of Doctor Who merchandise? No, go away, advert. Do I have? Oh, they haven't actually got the picture of the Doctor Who ones. They're just showing us a toothbrush. Do you have a Doctor Who toothbrush? No, I don't have a Doctor Who toothbrush. I don't have a Doctor Who shower curtain, or a pillow, or a blanket, or a pizza cutter. Am I going to have anything on this list? Or a necklace? I don't have a Doctor Who bracelet. I don't have a Doctor Who earring. I don't have a Doctor Who scarf. I don't have a Doctor Who dress. I have a Doctor Who t-shirt, but I don't have a shirt. Shall I tick that? I don't know. I'm going to tick it, and I'll come back and untick it if t-shirt is a separate category. I don't have a Doctor Who hoodie. I don't have a Doctor Who skirt. Why is that ticked? Oh no, I do have Doctor Who pyjamas. Some of these are ticked already. Did I already do this list once? Maybe I've already done this list. Okay. It looks like I've already done this list at some point in the past. I can't remember. I don't have a Doctor Who bow tie. I don't have a Doctor Who hat. I don't have a Doctor Who fez. I do have a sonic screwdriver. I don't have any shoes. I do have some socks. Got some in my advent calendar. Some Dalek ones. Gloves? No. Posters? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I have art prints. Does that count as a poster? Maybe. I've got pins. I've got magnets. I don't have a Doctor Who trash can. What would that even look like? Would it... You know what? That type of trash can there, you could just draw a little line, make a little door, and it's basically the default shape of a TARDIS. There you go. Maybe I do have a bin like that. Maybe I'll make it into one. Cardboard cutouts? No, I don't have a cookie jar. I do have a River Song mug that Forbidden Planet sent me for an unboxing. Do have a thermos? Yes. I do have a... I ticked stress toy here when I did it before, I think, because I used to own an adipose stress toy, but I burst it. So I no longer own an adipose stress toy, but I did once own an adipose stress toy. I don't own plates. I don't own silverware. Well, I own a Sonic Spork. Does that count? Yeah. You know what? I own a Sonic Spork. I'm ticking silverware. Reusable cotton tote bag. Yes. I've got a lanyard. I used to have a Cyberman voice changing mask. I don't have it anymore, but I used to. I do have a Dalek Mr. Potato Head. I do have a small Dalek plushie. I don't have a binder. I don't have any trading cards. I don't have any autographs. Not an autograph kind of guy, really. I do have some stamps because I went to the launch event. Well, I say went to. I snuck into the launch event for the Doctor Who 50th anniversary stamp collection by Royal Mail. The event was being held at BAFTA. I was at a different event on a different floor of BAFTA. A thing about I was at something about World War II newsreels, of all things. And then I just happened on my way to the toilet, noticed that there was a Doctor Who. I walked past the door, the entrance to the Doctor Who event, and I was like, I'm just gonna carry on walking and go through the door. And nobody stopped me. And then suddenly I was in a room with Stephen Moffat and who else was there? I had a photo with Paul McGann, and there was lots of Doctor Who props, and there was free food, and there were cupcakes in made in the shape of Daleks. It was amazing, and I got in, just randomly walked through the door and spent about an hour and a half there before I then went back upstairs and found my friends and told them about it, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna try and get in," and they got caught at the door and told that they weren't allowed in, but I'd already gotten in. That was a fun time. So yeah, consequently, I do have a set of Doctor Who 50th anniversary stamps. Funko Pops. You know what? I ticked it here, but do I actually have any Doctor Who Funko Pops? I think I've just got MCU Funko Pops. I'm unticking that one. I have a keychain. I don't have a license plate. I do have a Doctor Who wallet, but I don't use it anymore because now I just use my phone case as my wallet. Don't have a lamp. I do have magazines, and I do have comic books, and I do have some action figures. Don't have a journal, don't have a pen, don't have a sticker book, don't have a watch, don't have a pocket watch, don't have slippers, don't have a phone case, don't have a puzzle. Do have Lego. I've got Lego TARDIS. Don't have Lego Monopoly. Don't have... It's really weird. Some of these pictures have the Doctor Who item, and some of them don't. It's very strange. No. I do have a Doctor Who yo-yo because I got it in the advent calendar. I couldn't have done this that long ago then. How have I completely forgotten doing this? Clock, no. Bookend, no. Tea infuser, no, but I want it. That looks amazing. I do drink loose leaf tea, so that looks absolutely fantastic. Lunchbox. No, I don't have a Doctor Who lunchbox. I don't have a lunchbox, full stop. Picture frame, no. Backpack, no. Cookbook, yeah, I've got a Doctor Who cookbook. I haven't got a Doctor Who refrigerator or headband or headphones. I do have a Doctor Who teapot. How many of these have you guys got? I don't have Doctor Who, but how long is this list? I'm only on page 2 of 5. I chose the wrong list. This one goes on too long. Okay, I'm going to speed up. I'm going to do this fast. Okay, purse, no. Towels, no. Coasters, yes. Already ticked. Rugs, no. Bird feeder, no. Spatula, no. Tent, no. Bottle opener, yes. String lights, no. Bobblehead, no. 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 Postcards, I think so. Jewelry box, no. Fish tank decor, no. Tattoos, no. I don't have any tattoos. Salt and pepper shakers, no. Bank, that's a money bank. Yes, I have a money bank. I have stationery. I don't have a Doctor Who shower gel. Don't have robe. Do I have Doctor Who underwear? I don't think so. Sticky notes, coat, no. Signs, no. Curtains, helmet, safe, alarm clock, Viewmaster, 20 questions. Cluedo, I do have Doctor Who Cluedo. Yahtzee, Jenga, Trivia Pursuit, yes, got a Trivia Pursuit Doctor Who game. Chess, no. Seen It, I used to have one. Etch a Sketch, lots of games. Cufflinks, no. Coins, no. Vortex Manipulator, no. Walkie Talkie, no. Come on, I'm gonna do this. Face of Bow, no. Stickers, do I have Doctor? I've probably got some stickers somewhere. Wrapping paper, decals, espresso. I've ticked it. I think that must be because of the espresso mugs I've got. Doctor Who ones. No. Shot glasses. No. This is... How thrilling content is this? Watching me just go no to a load of items. You know what? I'm going to check the chat while I have a look to see if anybody has any of this stuff. Has anybody... No, you're still just talking about other stuff and I've lost a load of viewers. Clearly this is bad content and I should not do it again. But I've started, so I'll finish. Just in the chat. Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment says, I watched Revenge of the Cybermen in black and white yesterday. Cool. Herbie says, get Chinese worry balls. I know that's a Red Dwarf reference. Alex Graham says, great work as always. Philip, keep it up. Thanks. Okay, let's finish off this list and then we'll end. What other random Doctor Who stuff might I have? Don't have a tea tray, don't have a cutting board, don't have an apron, don't have a notebook, don't have a folder, don't have a sugar bowl. No. Bookmarks, yes, got bookmarks. Okay, cool. Not calendar. Oh, I do have a calendar. It's right here. Look. Oh, no, it was right there. Where is it? I don't know where my calendar's gone. I've got a little day-by-day calendar, so I'll take that. Tie, no. Christmas ornaments. I've got a K9 Christmas ornament in my calendar. Christmas stocking, no. Beanie, no. Is all of this stuff really available in Doctor Who merch? Cake pan? You can get a Doctor Who cake, I suppose, in the shape of a TARDIS, maybe. Cookie cutters? Yes, I do have one of those now. Well, it's a sandwich cutter, but I'm going to count it. Colouring books? Yes. I have a Doctor Who colouring book. I've coloured one page in it. Ice cube tray? Yes. Don't know what a backspace is. Glass pipe? Is that a bong? A Doctor Who bong? That's definitely not official merchandise. Computer? No. Snow globe? No. Remote control? No. Tank tops? Sweater? Pants? Pajamas? Didn't pajamas come up earlier? Why is it on here twice? I'm going to tick it anyway. Sheets? Records? Suspenders? Which type? Are we talking British suspenders or American suspenders? They are two very different things. Flying TARDIS? Mirror? Pencil case? Risk? I've got Doctor Who Risk. You take over the world as Daleks. It's quite fun. Belts, birthday cards, napkins, straws. My voice is really starting to go now. Script writing. I don't know what that means. Do I have any script books? Do I have any Doctor Who script books? I don't think I do. Dot to dot. Yeah, I got one of those. Swim trunks. No. Onesies. No. Seatbelts. No. Flash on a tree topper. Here we go. I've reached the end. Let's see my results. 25%. 45 items of 178. I did better than 80. That's still better than 82% of users of this list. And I ranked 10 out of 52 users on this list. There's not many people that have done this list. Go find it on List Challenges, Doctor Who merch, and let me know your score. Come back to this when this video is up on the channel as just a rewatchable one and leave what you got in the comments or something. There we go. Well, that's my back end of my YouTube channel. Well, there we go. Thank you all for joining in for another pop culture chat on a first Thursday of the month. I'm going to head off now, and my voice is really starting to go. So I'll be back next Thursday next first Thursday of the month for another live stream. I will see you then. It sounds like my ride is just arrived as well, so that is perfect timing. Thank you for watching.